Hello there everyone, Robert here, and I'm back with another video, and this one isn't focused so much necessarily on the feature. It is a small update technically to a feature that's built in within Wix Studio, and that's being able to use AI to help create your CMS content or content management system. What's very great about this, and I'll get into it a little bit, but it does help you create proposals a little bit faster, finish out your website design a little bit sooner, and with that then being able to work on other things, other aspects of the site. So before starting it, I do want to go into how I'm actually using the CMS on our own website and go into a little bit of where you can get a little bit more resources and then actually just showcase the feature off. So let's get to it. So here I have the Wix Vault site, and within the Wix Vault site, you can see we have the videos Jesse and myself work on. What I have here is basically a repeater with videos and the titles, and I can click on here and go to the relevant page with that video and check out the necessary links as well, or anything that's kind of supplementary to this. So this is really cool. And again, this is built out using the CMS, the content management system. If I wasn't using the CMS, I would probably then have to have a repeater and manually add an item, manually add the images and the video, manually add the title, and create each individual page. And you can see, considering the amount of videos that we have on here, it'd be a bit of work. Have all those pages created and just managing all of that. So if you do want to see kind of what that looks like on the back end, this is great because then it's just a spreadsheet almost, and we can just add in the title, upload the video, choose if we need to display it or not. Maybe, again, some instances, I don't know, we can't put the necessary topics, the links, and again, the additional information. So I don't have to necessarily go in and create anything. Once I add here, assuming I do have it to display, it's just automatically generated on the website. I don't even have to publish it. So this is cool for two things. One, it helps out with web designing. As you're going through the website, you can develop things a little bit faster. You don't have to worry about manually creating all of this content and manually updating the information. And it is great too for your clients, because if they are working on the website or they need to make an update or they need to change it, they don't have to go in and worry about the design process, laying things out, copying, pasting things, making sure things are aligned. This removes a lot of the headache for them. I think Brad Hussey has mentioned that he prefers using this method where they don't have to go in and do anything. It also reminds me of a presentation Michael Janda did, where sometimes, since he likes breaking things out in phases, the last thing is waiting for that media, waiting for images, waiting for the content. This is the way they can just come in and just, hey, I have it all set up. You just update your content and your website's done. Basically, maybe a quick pass through, a quick Q&A, and we'll make sure everything looks okay. So in that case, it's really awesome of being able to do it this way. And if you do want a little bit more information on it, if we do come here into the Wix Studio dashboard on the Discover tab, we can see down here in the experience, the editor with sandboxes, there actually is a dedicated sandbox for creating dynamic content with the CMS. And this again will go through and it'll show you how to set it up. So how to recreate the content. It'll take you through step one, setting up a repeater, connecting the repeater to the CMS, and then going into the CMS to add the content, and again, you'll see everything updated. Now, what's cool, if once it has been added, if you have any more questions, if you click on the CMS icon here, if we come to learn more, there's actually a video course also that can take you through it. You can access it directly from the editor. And there's also the help center if you have any questions or any other questions you might have in regards to the CMS. So with all that being said, let's jump into the actual feature. And if we come here into the CMS tab, if it hasn't been added, you can add it to your Wix Studio site. When we go to quick add, and there's an option for CMS. In my case, I've already added it. Let me go there now. Again, we can see here CMS. And what I actually want to do from here, I'm going to go to create collection. And once this loads up, if you've used this before, I take it many who are watching this might have already, but if not, you still do have the option to start from scratch. And if you notice on here, it is in a beta phase right now, but you can create with AI. But I do want to showcase the start from scratch, how that kind of works. If you still want to, you can, might be one extra click that you need to do, but you can still create the name of the collection, go into whether decide if it's multiple items or just a single item, and afterwards then you'll go into the CMS and update the fields. Again, that option is still available, but even myself, I much prefer using the AI. So I'll go in and see what that looks like, because I don't have to make the fields, I don't have to populate it with some content. So I'm going to go the same steps basically, but I'm going to choose create with AI. And here I'm going to choose what's the name of the collection and then the details on the collection. So in my case, let's say, for example, I have a pet adoption agency that I'm working with, and They're like, well, hey, we're going to have a lot of dogs. There's going to be turnover. We're going to get new ones. Ones are going to go. And we want to showcase them, talk about them. This way would be a lot quicker to work on, as opposed to, okay, I need to make an individual page for each and every single dog. And then also a way to showcase all of them, especially if they're coming in and out, maybe with a little bit more frequency, I would hope. But so I'm going to choose dogs, and I'll put dogs up for adoption. And I'll click next. Again, you do have, the more specific you can be with a prompt, the better the results will probably be. I'll be slightly more general, but let's choose next and see what the AI comes up with. Cool. And we can see here, actually, it's pretty good. Again, if someone not doing this probably day to day, it's even coming up with fields I might not necessarily have thought of, like breed. I might not have taken that into account. I probably would have been like, all right, well, what's the dog's name? Give me a description and an image. Again, it's cool. It gives you some pre-populated fields that you might actually need and probably might not have thought of. You also can decide if you wanted to add sample contents. It'll do it for the first 5 items in your collection. So let's click next and see what happens and what it creates. All right, cool. So it's loading up right now. I think it's finishing up those last images, but we can see, again, if I was starting from scratch, what I would have to do then is, the only thing that's ever generated is the title fields. In this case, it's actually contextualizing the title field too for name, but we can see I don't have to create this field for breed, for age, for description. It's actually doing age as a number as well. The image field, not a long process necessarily to go and add a field and then choose the field and then name it. But again, you can see it can take a little bit to go through it and doing all of this. So all of this work probably would have taken me maybe like 5 minutes or so. All I had to do is click that and it's done. Probably even a little bit more time just also grabbing the image. Now, granted, the images are a little generic. They're not one dog, like this one here is dog food, it seems. But again, in my example, I would probably be, hey, here you go. What do you think of this as a layout? This way we can just like showcase the dogs, how old they are, the breed, a description of the dog. I mean, most of this is actually pretty cool too. And hey, just general images that I threw on there just so you can see what this could potentially look like. And I'm pretty sure my client would be like, all right, yeah, this is cool. Or, hey, we need to make some tweaks, but at least I don't have to worry about, okay, well, I gotta rechange everything wholesale. Maybe at the design, I might need to change, but the content, they can update it. I can update it once I receive it from them. So again, this helps out quite a bit, if at least just to get a general starting block. And again, maybe just have something on the site. So it's not just lorem ipsum or just more general placeholder stuff. At least it's just a little bit more contextualized to what you're actually working on. So again, I hope this feature helps everyone. It's very cool, very nice. Always seeing AI being added into Wix, and I'll probably have a few more AI videos on the horizon. So with that, thank you everyone, and bye for now.